it's Kitty here for another part to our mods series. As I mentioned previously, I'm doing a little mod series for the next 2 weeks, just in prep for Genesis, and just to highlight different um, mods that can be used with Arc. I've first started with the quality of life mods, and today I'll be continuing that as well. So let's just hop straight into it. And it rains again. Anyway, so my mods today, there's quite a few of them, but they're only really small. These ones are just to help, with your enhance your gameplay to help it simplify your life just a little tiny bit while you're playing the game. So I'm going to start with the stacking mods. With your stacking mods, you can only have one in your game. You don't want multiple different stacking mods. It does mess with the game if you have more than one. But I do have a couple of them that I will highlight, and I will put them down in the corner, and I will also put them in the description later. So the one that I'm using today is in here. So, in your official vanilla art, your stacks are only at 100 for wood anyway. Stone's a bit smaller, stacks of 20 for things, honeys and stacks of 1, and you're very aware of that. This mod that I'm using that's installed at the moment is the HG stacking mod. This one has a different variants of it. The one that I've got is the highest one, which gives you a stack of 10,000. But it also negates your weight limit as well. So it does a 90% weight limit for resources that it stacks up to the 10,000. Why I do like the HG stacking mods more, because you have more freedom. You can, if you feel like you want smaller stacks or less weight reduction, you can definitely do that. There's a whole range of different ones, like ones for stacks for 1,000 with only the 50k weight limit. So definitely they're all in the mods. If you just look them all in the mod store in your workshop, you will find them all. The other one that I also do like and I don't mind using as well is called the Ultra Stacks. Ultra Stacks is very similar to HG, but it only has the once off what it wants to do. So it does only the 1,000 with the small limit of weight reduction. Ultra Stacks is definitely one that you would find on most unofficial servers that are running mods. HG is not too used. I'm not sure why, but I would go over. I do like the HG because of just the variants that it will give you. So that one is that. So yeah, stacking mods are really great. They really are. They just help out. Now, my other mods that I do use is reusable mods. There is 3 of them. However, 2 of them are pretty much identical, which is the better reusable and the reusable plus. The one that I've got installed is the better reusables, but if you do have one or the other installed, they're pretty much identical. These are the ones that they use that they have as reusable. So if you've got the spear, your bowler, your boomerang, your parachute, and your grappling hook. These are definitely essential, especially for PvP as well, and they just help you out so much. And you're going around bowling all the little dilos or something like that, all the raptors. It's just nice to know you have, instead of making a whole stack of bowlers, you've got the one and you can just throw them out. Same with your spear. You can make these in your inventory. So if I go reusable in here, you can make them all in your inventory. Really easy. They all cost the same as a normal one, but you only need to make the one. spears, sometimes you're stabbing away at that animal you're trying to kill to get your first set of hide. And your spear breaks straight away. It's like, why? So these just, I like them because, you don't have to worry about having great big stacks. And these only stack in stacks of 10 anyway, unofficial. So, it's just nice knowing that you've got a lot. The other reusable one mod that I have installed, you it's better to only have one installed, but obviously reusables, they most of the mods, they don't overhaul the current vanilla version. They add their own items in. So you can definitely have more than one of these in, but most of them do the same ones. Like the one that I'm going to show you does do have a bowler and a spear variant as well. But I thought I would bring this one up because it is a new one. I haven't used it personally, but it looked really, really good. It looked interesting. It looks like something that I might actually use in the future. But it's called Lethal's Reusables, and they're all in here. So I've just went around and crafted them all. And these are the ones that they do use. It's pretty advanced set. Like, you've got a crossbow, but it's not really. It's actually a grappling bow, so it has the grappling hook involved. So there is the reusable grappling hook right there. But it also comes with a grappling climbing pick, like a reusable climbing pick, I should say. Like that is just amazing. Like I kind of just want to use this mod just for the grappling hook, really. Not the grappling, the climbing pick. Ah, words. But it's got all the basic ones as well. But it also has a couple of other things like soap, so you can re-dye something else. A tent if you're on scorched earth, and you can have a tent somewhere. Reusable refertilizer. Like, not many people use this, but it does actually help. Depending on your rates. Like, I know if you're in a solo game, you can change your rates for what regrows around you, but if you're not and you're doing your vanilla-esque type uh, playthrough, you can use this. It's always there, and like green fertilizer is not easy to make sometimes. But you've got your glider suit as well, which is reusable. It's like awesome. Something you don't have to worry about repairing or anything like that. But it also adds in your whole hazard suit and also your scuba tank. I feel personally I wouldn't use them. I feel like that's a little bit on the edge of just just out of my range of just being nice and easy. However, if you do a lot of water swimming, or you do spend a lot of time in aberration, or you want to live in the radiation zone of aberration, honestly, these actually, it probably amazing to have. So yeah, like I think this is a really good modern. I think there's a few others that they probably could add to it. I would love to see some really nice scuba binoculars, scuba mask and flippers. Oh, I would love reusable scuba flippers. If you're hearing me out, if you do see these lethals, please add my flippers. Anyway, um, I am. I think I will be using this one in the future, but it's there. Anyway, last but not least, and the one that I've been waiting to get to, we have spyglasses. And yes, you're like, well, we have a spyglass. Yes, yes, we do. These spyglasses just help a little bit because you don't just have a spyglass. Spyglasses, they just show you the level of the dome so you can zoom in, which is really well and good. But when you're knocking out something, or you want to see some stats on them when you're far away, especially when you're trying to knock something out and taming things, you need to get a magnifying glass. You need to walk up really close to it while you're knocking this thing out, just to see the torpor, so you don't, overshoot it, so you don't lose that taming effectively. It just, having a spyglass that does both would be amazing in official games. It may never happen, but that's okay. Um, that's why I play mods, just so I can have these things. So I've got a choice of three. Obviously, there is a few others around. You can have a look. And I want to make mention in regards to your reusables as well as the Spyglass, there are actually some quite large overhauling mods to enhance gameplay, and they do also have their own personal ones. And I'll let you know when I get into those types of mods. But for the moment, this is your mostly your quality of life simple mods that I'm doing. But your first one would be this one. This is the Binocular. I will write the name in the corner for you. There's these ones. You can definitely use all of these on your mounts like you would with a normal spyglass. So I think we have a little pink turtle over here. Oh, we've got Stego. So when you zoom in, so these will let you zoom in. It gives you the latitude and longitude on the side of your screen. It shows you your distance. It even gives you a compass in that end. So this one's really cool. It does do that. Only when you're using it though. And you can zoom in, have a look at the color range. You can see its level of the dinosaur, and you can also see the stats that its wild stats that it has. It also gives you an option of it gives you its preferred food. So as we've got the kibbles, it gives you your preferred. It wants the regular kibble just to tame it. So it just helps you out with those little tiny details, which are really cool. You can use this to gauge the torpor. You've got the torpidity down below. So while you're knocking something else, it can help you out with that too. It's definitely one that I've used a lot with PvP because it's very similar to just the basic spyglass that you would get on official service. It just gives you those little extra details. So yeah, I don't mind using it. The next one I'm going to show you is called the Super Spyglass. The Super Spyglass is literally just a spyglass with a magnifying glass. That's all it is. It really does both. So if we can zoom in on this, and it'll give you the stats and its torpor and its health, obviously. What else it does is that it does give you the points that it's like if you're looking for something for breeding purposes, tells me that this Stegosaurus only has 15 points into health, which is not what you're looking for in a stego, obviously, and you can bypass it, especially if you're looking for breeding purposes. So it does do that, and which I find is really useful, really nice. I think this one I prefer using on PvP servers, like PvP modded servers. I like this one. I think this one would be a really nice one to incorporate into the official game the most because it does act like the spyglass in all purposes. A spyglass and a magnifying glass get together and have a little baby. But last but not least, this is my absolute favorite one, only because I can always have it unlocked. I don't need to take it out. I don't need to have it on my hotbar if I don't want to. And for the types of mods that I do like to play, um, sorry, let me. For the mods that I do love to play, this spyglass really helps me out a lot. So you can see I've just pressed the 6 because it is in my bar number 6. What it does is it gives me a crosshair, a little circle, a little crosshair here, and up in the left hand corner it also gives me my direction. So it has a GPS also included with this one. So I can zoom in and it gives me a little pop-up. It gives me exactly what I've been looking for, the torpor, the health, the points that are in. So if I'm looking for breeding ones, but underneath that, it actually gives me all of the foods that it would require to eat. The Stegosaurus would like 6 regular kibbles, it's its best thing, but I can feed it 1,600 stim berries if I really want to. It gives you that choice that it tells you the worst way and the best way and how many I would need to use. And the thing is, I don't need to have it out. I could have my pick out and this will be always on my screen. I can't zoom in when I'm like this. I have to have it on there, but I can look look over at something without zooming in, and it'll show me what I'm looking for. Like I see a Rex on the beach far away. It's like, what level is the Rex gonna eat my face because it's max level? No, the Rex is only a level 18. I'll be fine, kind of thing. I'll just shoot it with my shotgun. You know, it's just I do this. This certainly is what I use only because it's easier to use, easier to fly around. And if I'm playing really high end type of mods, if it has different type of kibble, like a mod related kibble, this will actually tell me. Yeah, so it does actually help. It does cross over with other mods and things like that. So it's really, really great. Like, I love it. Anyway, that is actually all the mods I have for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this actually helps you to see that, I'm not trying to overhaul these like a vanilla game. You can still definitely use these mods that I'm showing you in a vanilla-esque game. These mods are just to help with your quality of life, just to make that game that little bit easier. You don't have to worry about just the basic needs or anything like that. You can just concentrate on building and going at taming. It's not going to overhaul your game that much, if any. But if you have enjoyed today's series, today's episode, please hit a like down the bottom. Let me know in the comments if there's any mods that you're curious about that I could look into it, or maybe I have played. I have played probably too many mods, but I'm happy to go through them again with you. Give you some examples. I will even comment on sometimes with you guys and have discussions in the comments about different mods that you've played with, that you've liked too. And you never know, I might be able to put them in the next episode. But as always, guys, have fun and be safe, and well, bye.